Hey everybody. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about the pros and the cons of a nonprofit organization, okay? So this video is inspired by the many questions I get, I think daily. Not a day goes by that I do not get asked a question about something regarding to a nonprofit organization. Okay, so I wanted to cram as much as I can into this very short video about nonprofit organizations, okay? So my background, let me give you a little background on me when it comes to nonprofit. So my second business that I opened up was actually a nonprofit organization. Anybody who knows me and knows my background, you guys know my parents is pastors, so I served on their board of directors, as well as I worked in a nonprofit organization as well. So I know a little bit about it. So when people ask me, should they open up a nonprofit organization, that is completely up to your discretion, right? So, but I do tell them it really depends on your mission and your goals, right? So if your goal is legacy and you want to make a lot of money, you might want to go toward just a for-profit business. But if your mission is something put on your heart, you want to open up an organization to help your community, you're not really in it so much as for the money, but you just really want to help doing whatever it is that you want to do, then maybe nonprofit is good for you, right? So a nonprofit business is basically what it says. It's a business that where you're going in this where you're not really looking so much as making a profit, okay? So anything, all the assets that a nonprofit business or organization receives, it goes back into the organization, right? So what a lot of people don't understand is that if you decide that you want to sell your organization, if you sell it, all the money, the furniture, everything in that organization, it gets redonated back into another nonprofit organization, okay? So it's not like you get to pocket that money and keep that money, right? So definitely keep that in mind. So here is some pros about a nonprofit organization. So one is that it's tax exempt, right? So you get this huge tax write-off. You don't have to pay taxes. Another thing is that you get donations. So with nonprofit organizations, a lot of their money comes from donations from your community or wherever, and it's not taxed. Wonderful, right? And then another great thing is that you get grants as well. So let's talk a little bit about grants. So when you're opening a nonprofit organization, make sure that you have someone on your team who knows how to write grant letters, okay? Whatever your mission, so with a nonprofit organization, you have a mission. Everything has to align with that mission, right? So if your mission is to feed the homeless, all the proceeds that you get, everything that you get, it has to align with feeding the homeless. So if you're getting money and getting donations or writing grants, it has to all align. Anything outside of whatever your mission is, it's considered an unrelated business income, right? And they will tax you for that. Like it's something else. With nonprofits, you have to stay on your mission. Whatever that mission is, that's your target. Everything is based on that, okay? Another good thing about nonprofit organizations is that you get volunteers, right? So instead of you having to go out and pay employees, you can have volunteers and you do not have to pay them, which is a huge benefit because to hire employees costs a lot of money. There's lots of money, okay? So that's a wonderful thing, okay? So now let's kind of like get into the cons of no, let me back up. First off, how you can make money in a nonprofit organization. You can, because everybody knows Bill Gates made a nice hefty lump sum of money, right, in his nonprofit organization. Yes, he does. So yes, you can make money in a nonprofit organization, but how you make money is this way. You're going to go in and you're going to say, look, you guys are going to pay me a salary. The organization is going to pay me a salary. So that salary can be $10. That salary can be $1 million, right? Whatever it is, that do it. It's your organization, so you can do it however, to a point, however you want. So you can set yourself up with a salary. Now, let's talk about the cons. So with a nonprofit organization, what you have is a board of directors, volunteer, I may add, board of directors. So if you are getting paid a salary in your organization, you cannot be on the board of directors, right? It's because you have to volunteer. And so the board of directors, they can vote you in and they can vote you out. So if they just say that, you know what, it's not in the best interest of the organization, it doesn't align with our mission that you pay you $1 million, they will not pay you $1 million. Okay. So when I say, like legacy, like if you wanted to pass this on to your children, if they feel that that is not in the best interest of the organization, you cannot pass this on to your kids. So that's what I'm saying, is that in this, you have no ownership. Okay, so if you open a nonprofit organization, you must understand you do not have freedom, and you do not have ownership of this, because it does not belong to you. It belongs to the community. Okay, so a nonprofit. Another con is kind of like it's harder to scale it. It's not saying that it's not, not possible, because it very much so is. It's just, it may be a little bit harder to scale with it. So let me see, is that it? Yeah. So pretty much those are pretty much the cons of it, of a nonprofit organization. Those are like the pros and the cons of it. So I hope I'm kind of like covering everything with that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So anyway, so with a for-profit business, the difference is you can reach the same goals. You can still make the same impact with a for-profit business as you would with a nonprofit organization as well. Okay, the only difference is that one, well, some pros of having a regular business or for-profit business is that you have the freedom, you have the ownership, and it's for profit, so you do whatever you want to do. All the money that you get, it can go into your pocket. You can do it however you want to. Okay, so some cons I would say about it is that you don't get the volunteers. No, you don't get the volunteers. You got to pay employees. You don't get no donations. No tax-free donations. You don't get those type of things. But I will say this, when it comes to getting capital for your business, there is a lot of investors out there. There's a lot of angel investors out there that is willing to invest in businesses. There's other investors that say, hey, you can get shareholders, take on shareholders in your business and everything like that. The cons of that is that, you have to pay your investors back, or you have to pay your shareholders and things of that nature, and everything like that. But if you still want to make an impact with your for-profit business, you definitely can. You can do whatever it is that you want to do. So those are pretty much the pros and the cons. I hope that I've answered a lot of questions. I hope I'm not forgetting anything when it comes to this. But if you guys have any questions, just please feel free to leave it in the comments, and I will definitely respond. You can keep banging my line like y'all do. Y'all know who y'all are too. Like you do. And that's perfectly fine too. Okay, so bye-bye. Until next time.